Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I, Professor Said Guliamov, will be delivering today's lecture on Cyber Law, Lecture 3, Economics and Cyber Law, Part 1. We'll explore the digital and platform economy, examining the legal regime of digital assets. Prepare to dive into e-commerce models and tools, investigate electronic corporate governance, and unravel the complexities of financial technologies. This lecture will shape your understanding of the legal landscape in our rapidly evolving digital economy. Digital and platform economy concept and overview. The digital revolution has ushered in a new economic paradigm, fundamentally altering traditional industries and business models. As illustrated on the slide, the digital economy encompasses a vast array of activities facilitated by digital technologies, with the platform economy emerging as a crucial subset. Giants like Amazon, Uber, and Airbnb exemplify this transformation, reshaping retail, transportation, and hospitality sectors. The staggering projected value of $23 trillion by 2025 underscores the digital economy's monumental impact. However, this rapid evolution brings significant legal challenges, particularly in competition law, labor regulations, and consumer protection. The intricate ecosystem of platform providers, users, regulators, and traditional businesses navigates a complex, rapidly evolving technological and legal landscape, necessitating a comprehensive reevaluation of existing legal frameworks to effectively govern this new economic reality. Economic features of digital and platform economies. The digital and platform economies exhibit unique characteristics that set them apart from traditional economic models. As highlighted on the slide, network effects play a pivotal role, creating a self-reinforcing cycle where platforms become more valuable as their user bases expand. This phenomenon is amplified by the economies of scale and scope inherent in digital context, allowing for rapid expansion with minimal marginal costs. The concept of multi-sided markets facilitates complex interactions between distinct user groups, creating value through intermediation. Data has emerged as a critical economic asset, often scrutinized through the lens of surveillance capitalism. The near-zero marginal cost of digital goods distribution have profound implications for pricing strategies and market dynamics, frequently leading to winner-takes-all scenarios. These distinctive features challenge traditional economic metrics and demonstrate the transformative power of digital platforms across industries. Legal challenges in the digital and platform economies. The digital and platform economies present a myriad of legal challenges that strain traditional regulatory frameworks. As the slide indicates, market power concentration in the hands of tech giants raises significant antitrust concerns, exemplified by high-profile cases like the EU Commission's action against Google Shopping. The vast data collection capabilities of digital platforms exacerbate data protection and privacy issues, pushing the boundaries of existing regulations. The gig economy's rise challenges established labor law categories, blurring the lines between employees and independent contractors. Consumer protection faces unique hurdles in digital markets, where traditional safeguards may prove inadequate. The global nature of digital platforms creates jurisdictional complexities, complicating law enforcement efforts. These multifaceted challenges necessitate a comprehensive reevaluation of legal frameworks to effectively govern the digital economy, addressing concerns across competition law, labor regulation, data protection, and consumer rights. Regulatory responses to digital and platform economies. Regulatory responses to the digital and platform economies vary significantly across jurisdictions, reflecting diverse legal traditions and policy priorities. As shown on the slide, the EU has taken a proactive stance with its Digital Services Act and Digital Markets Act, aiming to regulate large online platforms and ensure fair digital markets. China's approach focuses on preventing market dominance abused by tech giants, while the US grapples with potential reforms to Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act. The GDPR has emerged as a global benchmark for data protection, influencing legislation worldwide. Innovative approaches like regulatory sandboxes offer controlled environments for testing novel business models. The concept of regulation by design advocates for embedding compliance into platform architecture from the outset. Co-regulation and self-regulation play increasing role, reflecting the need for flexibility in this rapidly evolving sector. Competition law in digital and platform economies. Applying competition law to digital and platform economies requires a fundamental reevaluation of traditional antitrust concepts. As highlighted on the slide, defining relevant markets and assessing market power becomes particularly challenging in multi-sided, rapidly innovating digital ecosystems. The hipster antitrust movement advocates for a broader consideration of competitive harm beyond consumer welfare. Data's role as a potential essential facility has come under scrutiny, as evidenced by the EU's investigation into Amazon's practices. Landmark cases like Google Shopping underscore the complexities of applying competition law to digital platforms. The unique characteristics of network effects and multi-sided markets necessitate new analytical frameworks. Merger control faces unprecedented challenges in predicting future competitive dynamics, particularly in fast-evolving digital markets. These developments underscore the need for a nuanced, adaptive approach to competition law in the digital age. Labor law challenges in the digital economy. The digital economy, particularly the gig economy, poses significant challenges to traditional labor law frameworks. As the slide illustrates, worker classification on digital platforms has become a contentious issue, exemplified by landmark cases like Uber BVVS Land. These rulings have far-reaching implications for workers' rights, including minimum wage guarantees and social security benefits. The concept of digital labor encompasses a broad spectrum of online activities, both paid and unpaid, further complicating legal categorizations. Some jurisdictions have responded by introducing new legal categories specifically for platform workers. The rise of algorithmic workforce management raises concerns about transparency and fairness in employment practices. Collective bargaining faces unique obstacles in the digital economy due to worker dispersion and classification ambiguities. These developments necessitate a comprehensive reevaluation of labor law to ensure adequate worker protection, while maintaining the flexibility characteristic of the digital economy. Consumer protection in digital markets. Consumer protection in digital markets faces unique challenges due to the nature of online transactions and digital products. As shown on the slide, regulations surrounding unfair contract terms require careful consideration in the context of complex user agreements. Issues related to digital content quality, in-app purchases, and the reliability of online reviews necessitate novel regulatory approaches. The EU's Directive on Digital Content Contracts provides a comprehensive framework addressing these concerns. The practices of personalized and dynamic pricing raise important questions about fairness and transparency in digital marketplaces. Cross-border transactions complicate law enforcement efforts, highlighting the need for enhanced international cooperation. Emerging online dispute resolution mechanisms offer potential solutions to address consumer grievances efficiently. Protecting vulnerable consumers remains a priority, particularly in the face of sophisticated digital marketing techniques. These challenges underscore the need for continuous adaptation of consumer protection frameworks in the rapidly evolving digital economy. Data protection and privacy in the digital economy. Data protection and privacy stand at the forefront of legal challenges in the digital economy. As highlighted on the slide, key principles such as purpose limitation and data minimization face significant implementation hurdles in data-driven business models. The concept of valid consent becomes increasingly complex in digital environments, where users often interact with multiple services simultaneously. Data portability aims to enhance user control, but raises technical and competitive issues that require careful consideration. Cross-border data flows face intensifying scrutiny, as exemplified by the landmark Schrems II decision. The privacy by design approach encourages the integration of privacy considerations from the outset of product development. Emerging technologies like AI and IoT present new challenges, necessitating adaptive regulatory approaches. These issues underscore the ongoing tension between fostering data-driven innovation and safeguarding individual privacy rights in the digital age. Intellectual property in the digital economy. The digital economy profoundly impacts intellectual property regimes, challenging traditional concepts and enforcement mechanisms. As illustrated on the slide, user-generated content raises complex questions of copyright ownership and platform liability, issues addressed in part by the EU's Copyright Directive. Emerging technologies like 3D printing pose new challenges to patent and design rights, blurring the lines between physical and digital creations. Provisions for text and data mining aim to strike a balance between IP protection and the needs of AI and big data research. The legal status of AI-generated content remains uncertain, challenging fundamental concepts of authorship and inventorship. Technical protection measures, while offering new ways to safeguard IP, raise concerns about fair use and consumer rights. Innovative approaches like open-source licenses demonstrate alternative models for balancing innovation and protection in the digital age. Future outlook and challenges. As we look to the future of digital and platform economies, the need for balanced, adaptive regulation becomes increasingly apparent. As shown on the slide, the challenge lies in fostering innovation while safeguarding public interests. Flexible regulatory approaches are essential to keep pace with rapid technological advancements. International cooperation, exemplified by initiatives like the OECD's work on digital taxation, is crucial in addressing the global nature of digital markets. Multi-stakeholder governance models are gaining relevance, recognizing the diverse interests at play. The continuous adaptation of legal frameworks is necessary to address emerging technologies and business practices effectively. Regulatory sandboxes provide valuable opportunities for testing innovative approaches in controlled environments. As we navigate this evolving landscape, striking the right balance between economic efficiency and social values will be key to ensuring the benefits of the digital economy are broadly shared. Legal regime of digital assets, classification, circulation, and taxation. Introduction to digital assets. The digital asset revolution has fundamentally altered our economic landscape, presenting unprecedented challenges to traditional legal frameworks. As shown on the slide, digital assets encompass a diverse range of entities, from cryptocurrencies to NFTs, each pushing the boundaries of established legal concepts. The EU's proposed MiCA regulation exemplifies the global effort to grapple with these novel assets. The staggering $2 trillion market capitalization of cryptocurrencies in 2021 underscores the urgent need for clear legal frameworks. This burgeoning ecosystem involves complex relationships between issuers, users, exchanges, and regulators, often transcending jurisdictional boundaries. The rapid evolution of digital assets demands adaptive legal systems capable of addressing their unique characteristics while balancing innovation with consumer protection and market integrity. As we delve deeper, we'll explore how these assets challenge fundamental legal principles and necessitate innovative regulatory approaches. Classification of digital assets. The classification of digital assets presents a Herculean task for legal systems worldwide, as illustrated on our slide. The FATF's broad definition of virtual assets as digital representations of tradable value highlights the expansive nature of this category. In the United States, the SEC's application of the Howey test to digital assets demonstrates the challenge of fitting these novel entities into existing legal frameworks. This approach leads to critical distinctions between utility tokens and security tokens, each carrying distinct regulatory implications. Stablecoins and NFTs further complicate this landscape, defying easy categorization. The emergence of hybrid digital assets adds another layer of complexity, blurring traditional lines of classification. This diversity in approaches across jurisdictions reflects varying legal traditions and policy priorities, underscoring the need for flexible, adaptive regulatory frameworks capable of addressing the dynamic nature of digital assets. Digital asset ownership. Digital asset ownership fundamentally challenges traditional property law principles, as our slide illustrates. The CoinKey Limited BB2C2 Limited case serves as a stark reminder of the complexities in applying established property concepts to cryptocurrency transactions. Unlike tangible assets, ownership in the digital realm often centers on control of private keys, reshaping our understanding of possession. This shift raises profound questions about the applicability of long-standing legal concepts like bailment and conversion to digital assets. The ambiguous legal status of wallet addresses further complicates matters, blurring the lines between identity and ownership. Multi-signature wallets and custodial services introduce additional layers of complexity, challenging our traditional notions of control and responsibility. As we navigate this new terrain, the concept of digital inheritance emerges, presenting unique challenges for asset transferability upon death and forcing us to reconsider fundamental principles of property law. Digital asset transfers. Digital asset transfers represent a paradigm shift in how we conceptualize the movement of value, as highlighted on our slide. In this new landscape, delivery takes on a different meaning, focusing on the transfer of control over private keys or the recording of ownership changes on distributed ledgers. Blockchain technology has revolutionized this process, simplifying proof of ownership and reducing the need for intermediaries. However, this efficiency comes with new challenges. Emerging technologies like atomic swaps and decentralized exchanges push the boundaries of traditional regulatory approaches, demanding innovative solutions. The concept of transaction finality in blockchain systems carries significant legal implications, reshaping our understanding of when a transfer is truly complete. Cross-border transfers add another layer of complexity, raising intricate jurisdictional issues. Novel distribution methods like airdrops further complicate matters, presenting unique challenges in securities law compliance and tax treatment. Digital assets as collateral. The use of digital assets as collateral introduces a new frontier in secure transactions law, as our slide illustrates. The intangible nature and volatility of these assets present unique challenges in creating and perfecting security interests. The U.S. approach of adapting UCC Article 9 to digital assets, focusing on control as a means of perfection, exemplifies the legal system's efforts to accommodate these novel assets. Smart contracts offer tantalizing possibilities for automating collateral management, yet their legal enforceability remains uncertain in many jurisdictions. The practice of rehypothecation raises particular concerns in the digital asset space, given the rapid value fluctuations and challenges in tracking ownership. Despite these hurdles, we're witnessing a gradual acceptance of digital assets as collateral by traditional financial institutions, necessitating new risk management strategies and legal compliance frameworks. Regulatory approaches to digital assets. The regulatory landscape for digital assets is as diverse as the assets themselves, as our slide demonstrates. In the United States, we see a bifurcated approach with the SEC focusing on applying existing securities laws, while the CFTC asserts jurisdiction over cryptocurrency derivatives. The EU's proposed MiCA regulation represents an ambitious attempt to create a unified framework across member states. Japan's Payment Services Act offers yet another model for regulating cryptocurrency exchanges. The rapid evolution of initial coin offerings and security token offerings has prompted swift regulatory responses, imposing new disclosure requirements and investor protections. Decentralized finance platforms present perhaps the most formidable challenge yet, their lack of centralized control defying traditional regulatory approaches. This diverse regulatory landscape highlights the pressing need for international cooperation in developing coherent frameworks for the global digital asset ecosystem. Digital asset taxation. The taxation of digital assets presents a labyrinth of complexities, as our slide illustrates. In the United States, the treatment of cryptocurrencies as property for tax purposes creates a myriad of scenarios where transactions may trigger capital gains or losses. Determining the tax basis for assets acquired through mining, staking, or airdrops poses particular challenges. The VAT GST treatment of digital asset transactions varies globally, with the EU's exemption of Bitcoin exchanges from VAT standing out as a notable approach. The concept of taxable events in digital asset transactions often defies straightforward interpretation, particularly in the context of DEFI activities. While many jurisdictions have introduced reporting requirements, enforcement remains a significant challenge. The international dimension of digital asset taxation raises critical issues of double taxation and tax evasion, underscoring the need for enhanced global cooperation. Consumer protection in digital asset markets. Consumer protection in digital asset markets presents unique challenges, as our slide highlights. Regulatory requirements for exchanges and wallet providers often focus on critical areas such as cybersecurity, custody solutions, and operational transparency. The EU's MiCA proposal stands out with its specific consumer protection provisions, setting a potential global standard. Initial coin offerings and token sales have been a particular focus of regulatory scrutiny, with many jurisdictions imposing stringent disclosure requirements. The rise of decentralized finance platforms demands innovative approaches to consumer protection, challenging traditional regulatory models. Digital asset advertising and marketing face increasing scrutiny, reflecting concerns about misleading practices. The implementation of consumer safeguards like cooling off periods and cancellation rights faces practical challenges in blockchain-based transactions. Know your customer and anti-money laundering procedures encounter unique hurdles in decentralized systems, prioritizing user privacy, enforcing rights, and resolving disputes. The enforcement of rights and resolution of disputes in the digital asset realm presents formidable challenges to legal systems worldwide, as our slide illustrates. High-profile cases have highlighted the complexities of applying existing legal frameworks to these novel business models. The decentralized nature of blockchain networks exacerbates jurisdictional issues, often transcending traditional legal boundaries. In response, arbitration has emerged as a popular dispute resolution method, offering flexibility and expertise. Asset tracing and recovery in fraud cases demand specialized forensic techniques, pushing the boundaries of digital investigation. The increasing acceptance of blockchain forensics tools as evidence marks a significant development, though questions about their reliability persist. Smart contract disputes pose unique challenges to traditional contract law principles, necessitating innovative legal approaches. Some platforms have even implemented decentralized dispute resolution mechanisms, raising intriguing questions about their legal status and enforceability. Future outlook of digital asset regulation. As we look to the future of digital asset regulation, the landscape is both challenging and ripe with opportunity, as our final slide illustrates. The central challenge remains striking a delicate balance between fostering financial innovation and safeguarding market integrity and consumer protection. The need for increased international coordination is paramount, exemplified by the Financial Action Task Force's efforts to establish global standards. Principle-based regulation emerges as a promising approach, offering the flexibility needed to adapt to rapid technological changes in the digital asset space. The potential introduction of central bank digital currencies looms on the horizon, promising to significantly reshape the digital asset ecosystem. As we navigate this evolving terrain, ongoing legal scholarship and regulatory development will play a crucial role in shaping a regime that fosters innovation while safeguarding market participants and the broader financial system. Electronic commerce, models, tools, and legal regulation. Introduction to e-commerce. E-commerce has revolutionized global trade, transforming how we buy, sell, and exchange goods and services. As shown on the slide, this digital marketplace is projected to reach a staggering $6.3 trillion by 2024, underscoring the urgent need for robust legal frameworks. The diversity of e-commerce models, from B2B to D2C, presents unique regulatory challenges. Foundational legislation like the US ES-IGN Act and EU e-commerce directive have laid crucial groundwork, but the rapidly evolving ecosystem demands continuous legal adaptation. This ecosystem encompasses a complex network of online storefronts, payment gateways, logistics networks, and customer relationship management systems, each presenting distinct legal considerations. As we delve deeper into this lecture, we'll explore how these various components interplay, shaping the future of digital commerce and necessitating innovative legal approaches to ensure fair, secure, and efficient online transactions. E-commerce business models. The diverse landscape of e-commerce business models, as illustrated on our slide, presents a myriad of legal challenges. Online retail, while seemingly straightforward, raises complex issues of product liability, and consumer protection in the digital realm. Marketplace models further complicate matters by blurring the lines of legal responsibility for transactions. Subscription services, a rapidly growing sector, grapple with issues surrounding automatic renewal and cancellation rights, testing the boundaries of consumer contract law. The rise of social commerce introduces a new paradigm, merging social interaction with commercial transactions and raising concerns about consumer manipulation and data privacy. Cross-border e-commerce adds another layer of complexity, navigating a maze of international trade laws, customs regulation, and jurisdictional issues. This diversity underscores the need for flexible legal frameworks capable of addressing the unique challenges posed by each model. E-commerce technological infrastructure. The technological backbone of e-commerce, as depicted on our slide, presents a fascinating array of legal challenges. Payment gateways, the lifeblood of online transactions, must navigate a complex web of financial regulations and data security standards. The integration of AI into e-commerce platforms raises profound questions about algorithmic bias and transparency, pushing the boundaries of existing legal frameworks. Blockchain technology, with its promise of immutable transactions, introduces novel legal questions surrounding smart contracts and their enforceability. The proliferation of voice commerce and IoT devices expands the attack surface for data breaches, necessitating robust privacy protections. Perhaps most intriguingly, emerging AR and VR technologies are redefining the concept of product representation, challenging traditional notions of consumer rights. This rapidly evolving technological landscape demands adaptive legal frameworks that can balance innovation with consumer protection and market integrity. Electronic contracts and digital signatures. Electronic contracts and digital signatures form the legal bedrock of e-commerce, as our slide illustrates. The UNCITRAL model law has provided a crucial template for national legislation, establishing the principle of functional equivalence between electronic and paper-based transactions. The evolution of online agreements from click-wrap to browse-wrap has sparked extensive litigation, shaping the legal landscape of digital consent. The EU's eIDAS regulation stands out as a comprehensive framework for electronic signatures, setting a global benchmark. The emergence of smart contracts introduces a paradigm shift, raising novel questions about contract interpretation, modification, and dispute resolution in an automated context. Timestamp services and blockchain technology offer innovative solutions for ensuring the integrity and non-repudiation of electronic contracts. These developments underscore the ongoing challenge of adapting traditional contract law principles to the digital age. E-commerce consumer protection. Consumer protection in e-commerce demands a delicate balance between fostering innovation and safeguarding consumer rights, as our slide demonstrates. The EU Consumer Rights Directive and US FTC guidelines have established comprehensive frameworks, setting global standards for online consumer protection. The evolution of digital content regulation reflects the increasing importance of non-tangible products in the digital marketplace. The regulation of online reviews has become a critical focus, addressing the pervasive issues of fake reviews and undisclosed endorsements that can distort consumer decision-making. Price comparison tools, while empowering consumers, must adhere to strict transparency standards to maintain market integrity. The development of online dispute resolution mechanisms represents a significant step towards efficient conflict resolution in the digital realm. These multifaceted approaches underscore the complex challenge of ensuring effective consumer protection in the rapidly evolving e-commerce landscape. Data protection in e-commerce. Data protection stands at the forefront of e-commerce regulation, as our slide vividly illustrates. The GDPR and CCPA have set new global benchmarks, fundamentally reshaping how e-commerce businesses handle personal data. The challenge of obtaining valid consent in the digital realm involves navigating complex interfaces and crafting comprehensive yet understandable privacy policies. Cross-border data transfers, a cornerstone of global e-commerce, face increasing scrutiny in the wake of the landmark Schrems II decision. Data portability rights introduce a new dynamic in user relationships with platforms, potentially reshaping market competition. The stringent requirements for data breach notifications pose significant compliance challenges for e-commerce businesses, necessitating robust security measures and incident response plans. These developments underscore the critical importance of data protection in maintaining consumer trust and market integrity in the digital economy. E-commerce taxation. E-commerce taxation presents a labyrinth of challenges, as our slide clearly demonstrates. The OECD's two-pillar solution represents a landmark effort to address base erosion and profit shifting in the digital economy, fundamentally reshaping international tax frameworks. The EU's e-commerce VAT package introduces new complexities for cross-border transactions, aiming to level the playing field between online and offline commerce. In the United States, the Wayfair decision has dramatically altered the landscape of sales tax collection, empowering states to require out-of-state sellers to collect and remit taxes. The concept of digital permanent establishment is gaining traction, reflecting the unique nature of digital business presence. The rise of cryptocurrency payments in e-commerce introduces novel reporting complexities, challenging traditional taxation models. These developments underscore the ongoing struggle to adapt tax systems to the realities of the digital marketplace. Intellectual property protection in e-commerce. Intellectual property protection in e-commerce presents a complex tapestry of challenges, as our slide illustrates. Online marketplaces find themselves at the forefront of combating counterfeit sales, developing innovative cooperative initiatives to protect brand integrity. The application of the first sale doctrine to digital goods remains a contentious issue, challenging traditional concept of ownership and resale rights. Notice and takedown procedures, while crucial for copyright protection, face criticism for potential abuse, highlighting the delicate balance between rights protection and free expression online. The rise of 3D printing technology introduces novel IP questions, blurring the lines between physical and digital goods. User-generated content on online platforms presents intricate ownership issues, challenging traditional notions of authorship and copyright. These multifaceted challenges necessitate ongoing legal adaptation to balance IP protection with the innovative potential of e-commerce. Competition law in e-commerce. Competition law in e-commerce grapples with unprecedented challenges, as our slide vividly illustrates. Vertical restraints and most favored nation clauses face intense scrutiny in online markets, potentially reshaping platform-seller relationships. The dual roles of many online platforms as both marketplaces and competitors raise complex questions of market dominance and fair competition. The rise of algorithmic pricing introduces new dimensions to antitrust concerns, with the potential for unintended collusion challenging traditional notions of anti-competitive behavior. The accumulation of big data by e-commerce giants presents novel competition implications, potentially creating insurmountable barriers to entry. These dynamics necessitate new approaches to market definition and power assessment in the context of dynamic, multi-sided e-commerce markets. As we navigate this evolving landscape, competition law must adapt to ensure fair play while fostering innovation in the digital marketplace. Future of e-commerce regulation. As we look to the future of e-commerce regulation, our slide highlights the delicate balance between fostering innovation and ensuring consumer protection. The rapid pace of technological change necessitates flexible, adaptive regulatory approaches capable of addressing emerging challenges without stifling progress. International harmonization emerges as a critical priority, reflecting the inherently global nature of e-commerce transactions. Principle-based regulation offers a promising path forward, providing the flexibility needed to maintain technological neutrality in a rapidly evolving digital landscape. The potential of emerging technologies like AI and blockchain to reshape e-commerce underscores the need for ongoing legal adaptation. As we navigate this complex terrain, the future of e-commerce law will likely blend traditional legal principles with innovative approaches and technological solutions, striving to create a fair, secure, and efficient online marketplace. Electronic corporate governance principles, mechanisms, and effectiveness. Introduction to e-governance. E-governance represents the paradigm shift in corporate management, leveraging information and communication technologies to revolutionize efficiency, accessibility, and accountability. As our slide illustrates, this digital transformation encompasses key components such as electronic voting, virtual meetings, and digital reporting. The EU Shareholder Rights Directive 2 stands as a testament to regulatory efforts addressing the unique challenges of security, accessibility, and record-keeping in this digital era. The e-governance ecosystem is a complex interplay of shareholders, board members, regulators, and technology providers, each adapting to this new digital reality. This shift enables unprecedented levels of stakeholder engagement and transparency, fundamentally altering the landscape of modern corporate management. As we delve deeper into e-governance, we'll explore how this digital revolution is reshaping corporate structures, decision-making processes, and stakeholder relationships, all while navigating the intricate legal frameworks emerging to govern this new digital frontier. E-governance principles. E-governance principles, as depicted on our slide, represent a fusion of traditional corporate values with the unique challenges of the digital age. Transparency, a cornerstone of good governance, is dramatically enhanced through real-time disclosure and unprecedented ease of information access. Accountability gains new dimensions with clear digital audit trails and mechanisms for prompt shareholder feedback. In this digital landscape, security emerges as a paramount concern, necessitating robust measures to safeguard data integrity and voting processes. Accessibility takes on renewed importance, ensuring all shareholders can participate regardless of technological proficiency or geographical location. Perhaps most crucially, the concept of digital trust emerges as a fundamental principle, underscoring the critical need for corporations to maintain unwavering stakeholder confidence in their electronic systems. These principles collectively guide the development of e-governance practices and shape the legal frameworks governing this digital transformation of corporate management. Legal framework for e-governance. The legal framework for e-governance is evolving at a breakneck pace, reflecting the dynamic nature of digital corporate management. As our slide illustrates, foundational legislation like Delaware General Corporation Law SS 211 and the UK Companies Act 2006 have paved the way for electronic communications in corporate governance. The EU Shareholder Rights Directive 2 stands out as a landmark, mandating electronic means for exercising shareholder rights. In the United States, SEC guidance plays a crucial role in shaping digital communication strategies for public companies. The legal recognition of blockchain technology in corporate governance, exemplified by Delaware's initiatives, signals a new frontier in digital trust and transparency. GDPR's far-reaching impact on corporate data governance practices underscores the intricate interplay between data protection and e-governance. This rapidly evolving legal landscape necessitates constant vigilance and adaptation from corporations, balancing innovation with compliance in the digital age. Electronic shareholder meetings. Electronic shareholder meetings have surged to the forefront of corporate governance, catalyzed by global events like the COVID-19 pandemic. As our slide demonstrates, jurisdictions worldwide have swiftly amended laws to accommodate remote participation, recognizing the new reality of digital corporate engagement. The Delaware Chancery Court's affirmation of blockchain-based votes validity in Testa v. Jarvis marks a significant milestone in the legal recognition of digital voting mechanisms. However, this digital shift brings formidable challenges, particularly in verifying shareholder identity, ensuring equitable participation, and maintaining voting integrity. Best practices for electronic meetings emphasize clear procedures, robust technology, and effective moderation. The emergence of continuous governance concepts challenges traditional notions of periodic meetings, potentially reshaping the very rhythm of corporate decision-making. This digital transformation of shareholder meetings necessitates ongoing legal and technological innovation to ensure fairness, transparency, and effective participation in the virtual corporate arena. Digital reporting. Digital reporting has fundamentally transformed corporate communication, as our slide vividly illustrates. The SEC-EDGAR system and the European ESDF represent significant strides towards standardized digital financial disclosure, enhancing transparency and accessibility. The mandated use of XBRL in many jurisdictions marks a leap forward in data comparability, enabling sophisticated analysis of financial information. The concept of real-time reporting pushes the boundaries of timely disclosure, raising critical questions about balancing speed with accuracy. Artificial intelligence in financial reporting offers tantalizing efficiency gains, but introduces new challenges in terms of transparency and accountability. The rising prominence of ESG reporting reflects a broader shift in corporate priorities, with evolving regulatory frameworks grappling with issues of standardization and verification. These developments underscore the transformative power of digital reporting in reshaping corporate transparency, stakeholder engagement, and regulatory oversight in the modern business landscape. Electronic voting. Electronic voting stands at the intersection of shareholder rights and digital innovation, as our slide clearly demonstrates. Legal frameworks worldwide are evolving to facilitate electronic participation while safeguarding voting integrity, a delicate balance in the digital age. The use of blockchain technology in proxy voting, exemplified by Santander's pioneering efforts, showcases the potential for increased efficiency and transparency. However, significant challenges persist, particularly in voter identity verification, with blockchain and biometric solutions at the forefront of innovation. The legal mandate for vote confirmation and verification in electronic systems underscores the critical importance of maintaining trust in digital voting processes. The impact of e-voting extends beyond mere logistics, potentially reshaping the landscape of activist investing and proxy fights by lowering barriers to shareholder campaigns. This digital transformation of corporate democracy necessitates ongoing legal and technological innovation to ensure secure, transparent, and accessible voting mechanisms. Digital impact on board practices. The digital revolution has profoundly reshaped board practices, as our slide vividly illustrates. Virtual board meetings, once a rarity, now necessitate careful consideration of quorum requirements, confidentiality measures, and digital record-keeping practices. The rise of board portals introduces new dimensions to data security and record permanence, challenging traditional notions of board documentation. The legal recognition of digital signatures on board resolutions marks a significant step towards fully digital governance processes. Perhaps most intriguingly, digital tools are reshaping board composition itself, potentially enhancing diversity by transcending geographical constraints. The emergence of AI for board decision support raises profound questions about the role of human judgment in corporate governance. These developments collectively underscore the need for boards to adapt their practices, policies, and legal frameworks to the digital environment, balancing efficiency gains with the imperative of effective oversight and governance. Cybersecurity and data protection in e-governance. Cybersecurity and data protection have emerged as critical pillars of e-governance, as our slide clearly demonstrates. The National Association of Corporate Directors guidance on integrating cybersecurity into governance practices underscores the boardroom-level importance of digital security. The far-reaching impact of GDPR on e-governance systems highlights the intricate interplay between data protection and corporate management in the digital age. The principle of privacy by design mandates a fundamental shift in approach, requiring the incorporation of data protection measures from the very inception of system development. Legal frameworks for incident response and breach notification have become essential components of e-governance systems, reflecting the ever-present threat of cyber incidents. The widespread use of encryption in corporate communications exemplifies the delicate balance between security and transparency in modern governance. These developments collectively underscore the critical importance of robust cybersecurity measures and data protection policies in maintaining the integrity and trust of digital corporate governance systems. Digital platforms for shareholder engagement. Digital platforms have revolutionized shareholder engagement, as our slide vividly illustrates. These technologies enable unprecedented levels of frequent and interactive communication between corporations and their shareholders, fundamentally altering the dynamics of corporate governance. Online forums and virtual engagement platforms have gained particular prominence in addressing ESG issues, reflecting a broader shift in corporate priorities and stakeholder concerns. The facilitation of shareholder proposals through digital means has the potential to democratize corporate decision-making, albeit while raising concerns about potential market manipulation. The application of AI for sentiment analysis offers powerful insights into shareholder perspectives, but must navigate complex privacy regulations. These digital engagement tools are reshaping the landscape of institutional investor interactions, potentially altering the balance of power in corporate governance. As we embrace these digital platforms, careful consideration must be given to managing sensitive information and ensuring fair, transparent communication in this new virtual corporate arena. E-governance effectiveness and future outlook. As we look to the future of e-governance, our slide highlights the delicate balance between innovation and established governance principles. Studies indicating positive correlations between digital governance practices and corporate performance underscore the transformative potential of e-governance. The enhanced transparency and accountability offered by digital systems represent a significant step forward, though challenges in ensuring information accuracy persist. The future of e-governance lies in the thoughtful application of technology to enhance fundamental governance principles, supported by adaptive legal frameworks. International cooperation in developing e-governance standards emerges as a critical priority, reflecting the global nature of modern corporate governance. As we navigate this evolving landscape, the ongoing legal adaptation to technological changes remains crucial. The future of corporate governance is undeniably digital, promising more efficient, transparent, and inclusive practices, while demanding constant vigilance in addressing emerging challenges and ethical considerations. Legal regulation of financial technologies, models, and instruments. Introduction to FinTech regulation. The FinTech revolution has fundamentally altered the financial services landscape, challenging traditional regulatory paradigms. As our slide illustrates, this transformation encompasses a broad spectrum of services, from digital banking to InsurTech. The regulatory response has been equally transformative, shifting from the application of traditional rules to the development of specialized frameworks tailored to the unique challenges of FinTech. Key concepts like regulatory sandboxes, open banking, and distributed ledger technology have emerged as pivotal elements in this new regulatory landscape. The impact of FinTech on financial inclusion is profound, exemplified by the proliferation of mobile money services in developing economies. This rapid evolution has sparked a diverse range of regulatory approaches, from hands-off policies to proactive engagement. As we delve deeper into FinTech regulation, we'll explore how these varied approaches aim to foster innovation while safeguarding market integrity and consumer protection in this rapidly evolving digital financial ecosystem. FinTech regulatory models. The global landscape of FinTech regulation is as diverse as the technologies it governs, reflecting varied legal traditions and policy priorities. As our slide demonstrates, regulatory models range from the activity-based approach in the United States, involving multiple agencies, to the integrated model in Singapore, where the Monetary Authority of Singapore serves as a comprehensive regulator. The UK's institutional approach, exemplified by the Financial Conduct Authority's innovative regulatory sandbox, stands in contrast to Australia's Twin Peaks model, which separates prudential and conduct regulation. These diverse approaches highlight the complex challenge of regulating FinTech, balancing innovation with risk management. The principle of same risk, same regulation aims for consistency, but faces significant challenges in decentralized systems. International bodies like the Financial Action Task Force play a crucial role in shaping global standards, particularly in areas like anti-money laundering for virtual assets. Regulatory sandboxes and innovation hubs. Regulatory sandboxes and innovation hubs have emerged as powerful tools for fostering FinTech innovation within a controlled environment. As our slide illustrates, the UK Financial Conduct Authority's Sandbox, launched in 2016, pioneered this approach, allowing innovative products to be tested under regulatory supervision. This model has inspired similar initiatives worldwide, from Singapore's FinTech regulatory sandbox to state-level programs in the US, like Arizona's FinTech Sandbox. The European Union's efforts to harmonize sandbox approaches across member states underscore the growing recognition of their value. Innovation hubs complement these sandboxes by offering regulatory guidance outside formal testing environments. The Global Financial Innovation Network's Global Sandbox approach represents a significant step towards facilitating cross-border fintech innovation. While widely adopted, these initiatives face ongoing scrutiny regarding their long-term effectiveness in fostering sustainable innovation, highlighting the dynamic nature of fintech regulation. Open banking regulations. Open banking has emerged as a transformative force in fintech, reshaping the landscape of financial services. As our slide highlights, regulatory approaches to open banking vary significantly across jurisdictions. The European Union's Second Payment Services Directive stands out as a pioneering framework, mandating bank data access for third-party providers. The UK's Open Banking Standard takes this a step further, creating a standardized API framework to facilitate data sharing. Australia's consumer data rights legislation extends these principles beyond banking, applying them across multiple industries. Singapore's market-driven approach, exemplified by its API playbook, offers an alternative to mandatory frameworks. These initiatives, while promising, face significant implementation challenges, particularly in data privacy and security. The intersection of open banking with data protection regulations like GDPR creates complex compliance issues. As we navigate this evolving landscape, the global trend towards open banking underscores its potential to drive innovation and competition in financial services. Cryptocurrency and blockchain regulation. The regulation of cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology represents one of the most dynamic and challenging areas in fintech law. As our slide illustrates, the landscape is characterized by a patchwork of approaches. The Financial Action Task Force's recommendations have set global standards for anti-money laundering in virtual assets, influencing regulatory frameworks worldwide. The European Union's Markets in Crypto Assets regulation aims to create a harmonized framework across member states, a stark contrast to the fragmented approach in the United States, where regulation is split between the SEC, CFTC, and FINCEN. Switzerland's pioneering DLT Act provides a comprehensive framework for tokenized securities, setting a benchmark for blockchain-friendly regulation. The emergence of decentralized finance presents unique challenges to traditional regulatory concepts, pushing the boundaries of existing legal frameworks. Stablecoin regulation has become a focal point, with proposals like the U.S. Stable Act addressing specific concerns raised by these digital assets. Digital bank regulation. The rise of digital banks has necessitated a regulatory evolution to accommodate these tech-driven entities, while maintaining financial system stability. As our slide demonstrates, Singapore's digital bank licensing framework has set global benchmarks, providing a template for regulating these innovative financial institutions. Hong Kong's virtual banking regime has catalyzed the development of digital-only banks, reshaping the competitive landscape. The European Central Bank's framework for evaluating innovative banking models reflects the growing recognition of digital banks' unique characteristics. Anti-money laundering and know-your-customer requirements have emerged as focal points, with regulators emphasizing the need for robust digital onboarding processes. The intensification of regulatory expectations for operational resilience underscores the critical importance of robust infrastructure and cybersecurity in these tech-centric institutions. As digital banks continue to gain prominence, regulators face the ongoing challenge of integrating these innovative models into existing frameworks while addressing their unique risk profiles. P2P lending and crowdfunding regulation. Peer-to-peer lending and crowdfunding have emerged as significant disruptors in the financial landscape, prompting diverse regulatory responses. As our slide illustrates, the UK Financial Conduct Authority has imposed stringent requirements on risk management and disclosure for P2P platforms, setting a benchmark for regulatory rigor. In the United States, the SEC's regulation crowdfunding sets clear investment limits and disclosure obligations, balancing innovation with investor protection. The European Union's crowdfunding regulation represents a significant step towards harmonizing rules across member states, facilitating cross-border activities. The regulatory landscape is further complicated by the challenges posed by cross-border P2P lending, which raises complex jurisdictional issues. As these alternative financing models continue to evolve, regulatory expectations for risk management and disclosure have intensified, reflecting a growing focus on retail investor protection. This regulatory evolution underscores the ongoing challenge of fostering financial innovation while ensuring adequate safeguards for participants in these new lending and investment models. InsurTech and RegTech regulations. The intersection of technology with insurance and regulatory compliance has given rise to InsurTech and RegTech, presenting unique regulatory challenges. As our slide highlights, the International Association of Insurance Supervisors has focused on the risks and benefits of big data analytics in insurance, recognizing its transformative potential. In the United States, the National Association of Insurance Commissioners Innovation Task Force is tackling emerging issues like usage-based insurance and cybersecurity standards, reflecting the evolving nature of insurance products. The regulation of usage-based insurance involves complex considerations of data protection and fairness. In the realm of RegTech, initiatives like the UK Financial Conduct Authority's digital regulatory reporting aim to streamline compliance processes, leveraging technology to enhance regulatory effectiveness. However, these innovations raise important questions about the accuracy of automated compliance systems and the need to maintain human oversight. The regulatory landscape for InsurTech and RegTech continues to evolve, balancing technological innovation with the need for robust risk management and consumer protection. FinTech data protection and cybersecurity regulation. Data protection and cybersecurity have emerged as critical pillars of FinTech regulation, reflecting the centrality of data in modern financial services. As our slide illustrates, the General Data Protection Regulation has set a global benchmark, significantly impacting FinTech companies serving EU residents. Singapore's comprehensive framework, combining the Personal Data Protection Act with Monetary Authority of Singapore guidelines, offers another model for robust data protection in FinTech. The New York Department of Financial Services cybersecurity regulation has established stringent benchmarks for data security in the financial sector. The rise of open banking initiatives has further complicated the regulatory landscape, necessitating careful consideration of consent mechanisms and data minimization principles. Data breach notification requirements, while varying across jurisdictions, generally mandate prompt reporting, underscoring the critical importance of cybersecurity in maintaining trust in digital financial services. This evolving regulatory landscape reflects the ongoing challenge of balancing innovation with the imperative to safeguard sensitive financial information in an increasingly interconnected digital ecosystem. Future of FinTech regulation. As we look to the future of FinTech regulation, several key themes emerge, as highlighted on our final slide. The trend towards principle-based regulation and the adoption of regulatory sandboxes reflect a growing recognition of the need for flexible, adaptive frameworks in this rapidly evolving sector. International cooperation, exemplified by initiatives like the Global Financial Innovation Network, is becoming increasingly crucial in addressing the inherently global nature of many FinTech innovations. The principle of technology neutrality is gaining prominence, aiming to create future-proof regulatory frameworks that can adapt to emerging technologies. Financial inclusion and consumer protection continue to guide regulatory approaches, as reflected in the G20 Principles for Innovative Financial Inclusion. As we navigate this complex landscape, the importance of continuous dialogue between regulators, industry stakeholders, and consumers cannot be overstated. The future of FinTech regulation will likely be characterized by ongoing efforts to balance innovation with stability, fostering a dynamic yet secure digital financial ecosystem. Thank you for attention.